What if robots could learn without ever stepping into the real world? With Nvidia Omniverse, they train in hyper-realistic simulations, mastering tasks faster than ever. But can a virtual world truly prepare them for our chaotic reality? Let's find out. Think of Nvidia Omniverse as the ultimate playground for creating virtual worlds, except it's not just fun and games. This platform uses advanced tech like real-time ray tracing, AI, and physics simulation to bring digital environments to life. It's a fully connected system powered by Pixar's Universal Scene Description, USD, making teamwork across different tools and teams ridiculously smooth. Whether you're simulating light reflections or testing robot movements, Omniverse makes everything look and feel insanely realistic. Now, let's talk about robots. Robotics has always faced a critical issue: training. A robot needs thousands of hours of testing and learning before it can perform complex tasks in the real world. Traditionally, this training happens in physical spaces, where every trial is costly, time-consuming, and often riddled with limitations. Nvidia Omniverse changes this entirely. With its Isaac Sim platform, robots can train in simulated environments that mirror reality down to the finest detail. These virtual worlds allow robots to perform millions of iterations in a fraction of the time it would take in real life. Take a warehouse robot, for example, trying to figure out how to stack boxes like a pro. In Omniverse, it can experiment with different techniques, learn from its mistakes, and fine-tune its movements without ever slowing down the actual warehouse. The robot becomes a stacking expert in the virtual world before it even lays a hand on a real box. Pretty impressive, right? But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Omniverse doesn't just simulate ordinary scenarios. It introduces extreme variables that robots might face in real life, like a conveyor belt malfunction, a sudden obstacle, or even unpredictable human interactions. In this way, Omniverse prepares robots for challenges they're unlikely to face during conventional training. It's like giving them a crash course in the chaos of the real world. Here's a question to ponder. If robots are trained in a digital simulation, how do they perform when faced with the messy unpredictability of the real world? Can a virtual experience ever truly replace real-world testing? Well, the answer lies in what experts call the sim-to-real transfer. This is the process of taking a robot trained in a simulation and deploying it in the physical world. Nvidia Omniverse excels here because of its extraordinary accuracy. It doesn't just replicate real-world environments, it enhances them. For example, let's say a robot is trained to navigate a crowded warehouse in Omniverse. The platform simulates everything from the friction of the floor to the way light shifts during different times of the day. By the time the robot enters the real warehouse, it's already accustomed to scenarios more challenging than what it will actually face. And here's the twist. Robots trained in Omniverse often outperform those trained exclusively in the real world. Why? Because they've been exposed to a broader range of scenarios and edge cases that would be nearly impossible to replicate physically. The possibilities of Nvidia Omniverse extend far beyond traditional robotics. Let's explore some of the most exciting real-world applications. In autonomous vehicles, Omniverse is a game-changer. Companies can create digital twins of entire cities, complete with traffic patterns, pedestrians, and unpredictable road conditions. Self-driving cars can navigate these environments, learning how to handle everything from sudden jaywalkers to heavy rainstorms. In manufacturing, Omniverse is revolutionizing factory automation. Engineers can design and test workflows in the virtual world, ensuring maximum efficiency before implementing changes in the real world. This saves time, reduces costs, and minimizes disruptions. Even in healthcare, the impact is enormous. Surgical robots can practice procedures in simulated environments, refining their precision to levels that rival human surgeons. And let's not forget space exploration. NASA could use Omniverse to simulate environments on Mars or the Moon, training robots to navigate these alien terrains before deploying them on actual missions. Now, here's something to think about. If robots can learn so much in a virtual world, could they also make moral or ethical decisions? For example, can a self-driving car trained in Omniverse choose who to save in a life-or-death scenario? This is a tricky one. Omniverse provides the tools for training robots to handle ethical dilemmas, but the moral framework itself has to come from developers. For example, a self-driving car can be trained in Omniverse to handle collision scenarios. Developers can program it to prioritize passenger safety or pedestrian safety, depending on the ethical guidelines they choose. Omniverse can also introduce scenarios so complex and nuanced that even human developers struggle to decide the right course of action. In these cases, the simulation becomes a testing ground not just for the robot, but for the ethics of AI itself. It's a space where humans and machines learn together, iterating towards a more ethical future. To truly appreciate Omniverse, we need to understand its technological backbone. At its core, Omniverse runs on Nvidia's RTX GPUs, which power real-time ray tracing and AI computations. This ensures that every simulation is not only visually stunning, but also incredibly accurate. Omniverse also integrates Nvidia PhysX, a physics engine that simulates real-world interactions with high precision. Whether it's the way a robot's wheels grip a surface or how a drone adjusts to turbulence, PhysX ensures that every interaction feels real. And the best part? Omniverse operates in the cloud, making it accessible to teams around the globe. This means that a robotics engineer in Tokyo can collaborate with a designer in San Francisco, all within the same virtual environment. Here's a final question to keep you thinking. Could simulations like Omniverse one day replace physical testing entirely? Is the future of robotics purely digital? The answer is yes and no. While Omniverse drastically reduces the need for physical testing, it can't eliminate it entirely. The real world is unpredictable, and there will always be factors that simulations can't fully replicate, like the wear and tear of materials or the quirks of human behavior. But the goal isn't to replace physical testing, it's to make it smarter. By the time a robot transitions from Omniverse to the real world, it's already 90% trained. This reduces the need for repetitive real-world trials, saving time, money, and resources. It's not about choosing between virtual and physical, it's about using both to their fullest potential. So, where does this leave us? Nvidia Omniverse is more than just a tool. It's a paradigm shift. It's redefining how we think about robotics, AI, and the relationship between the digital and physical worlds. Imagine a future where robots train themselves. No coffee breaks, no complaints, just pure efficiency. This is the promise of Omniverse, a matrix not for humans, but for machines. As we move into this new era, the possibilities are endless. From smarter cities to safer roads, from efficient factories to advanced healthcare, Nvidia Omniverse is shaping a world where humans and robots work side by side. And hopefully, we stay in charge. And that's the incredible story of Nvidia Omniverse, the matrix for robot training. If you find this fascinating, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of technology and AI. And if you haven't already, check out our previous video on AI trading bots. It's a fascinating look at how artificial intelligence is reshaping financial markets.